machine, you're electric. It's something in your jeans. Girl, you move like satin. Smooth. Girl, I want to be your captive. Trust me and you if you're mad it. Then we go make juice some Larry lime. And take a little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Morning. Special morning to those who are going back to work this morning. If you had to work yesterday, well, you already started, so, but for those who are now going back today, special morning to you. Good morning to all those who are listening to WEFM at this time. As usual, let me tell you that you have started your way in the most wonderful way possible by starting it with WEFM. So if you want the rest of your day to just go well, almost perfect, just stay tuned to WEFM. Okay, this is Activated Mornings with Roleza and Dianna. This is Dianna talking, and now, good morning.
Oh, good morning. You're rubbing it in that some of us are back to work today.
Oh, I'm doing that at all.
Didn't you enjoy your session yesterday?
I did.
And I did indeed. I did indeed from a distance. All right. So good morning to everybody. Yes, it is the first working day of the week. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. It's a windy Tuesday morning. From my vantage point, looking out the window, it seems windy. Not sure if it's going to rain today, but it's windy at this time. All right. But yeah, we're still in beautiful SVG, folks. So we are back with you. Both of us are back with you. All right. So just want to say good morning to the persons on the live, to Troublesome Asman, Marksman, and of course to Mrs. Joycelyn Joseph. Good morning to you. And good morning to Kojo, who has hit us up, as well as to Irvin, who hit us up there on the WhatsApp. All right. So yeah, we are back with you. Back. That's the excitement. Fix your faces, because I know some of you face screw because you had to go back to work and you're dragging yourself in. But fix your faces, all right?
Look, a nice beat to get you hyped. I mean, it is the season of hype. It is the carnival season. And over the weekend, we had another one of our rural carnival celebrations. It was close to me, but I did not go outside. I was inside. I heard some of it from inside. Roleza, could you hear anything from over Clear Valley?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So
at least I don't think so. But yeah, I was mostly on the machine, everything on the weekend. So I guess, yeah.
All right, so I heard a little bit of it from home. I mean, not much to really say anything. I think I heard the truck when it was at Top Kettles, and then I heard them. Well, in my mind, I was saying, okay, this is where they are. I mean, I had no visual thing to show me because I didn't watch online. But I think I heard the truck again when they got to Camden Park itself. I heard a little bit of the DJ's voice, and then after that, I think I just tuned out. All right, but they had the competition. Kelly J won. Sing it up.
I don't want to sing the wrong. I am famous for singing incorrect lyrics. But yeah.
All I remember is start again. That's all I remember now. Start again. Hey, start again. But Kelly J won the South Leeward Soca Monarch competition. And guess who came second? You want to sing that one?
Who came second, actually?
I want to eat up the...
Angie Maya?
Yeah, Angie Maya came in second in that competition as well. I know Jace came fourth. I have to check back my notes here to see who came third, but I know that Jace came fourth. South Leeward is usually one of the biggest celebrations, usually but yeah. Did you go to the event? What was it like to those of you who are living close to the park? How was your weekend? I hope that you had a good weekend nevertheless.
All right, so I did look at the jump up because, as I said, it was a working weekend for me. I stayed indoors. Listen, I had a beautiful weekend, even though I did not go anywhere. Once it is, I get a lot of the things that I need to get done. it boils down to be a beautiful weekend for me. All right. So that's why I said sometimes you don't see me outside, but I am good doing what it is that I am doing. Once I get to check things off of my list, I'm good. But anyhow, so I did look at the jump up activity on Saturday, right? And what I could say is I know the majority of people would have come from South Leeward. That's my belief. But it's a lot of young people, right? I was chuckling with a friend. I was telling a friend, so politicians, those of you out there who are trying to figure out how you're going to win some of these elections, you had to tap into the vote to the younger population, right? Because the amount of young persons who I saw in the jump up, it was of interest to me, right? And when I say young, they were like 13 years old up to, let's say, 21 and under. I mean, of course, you're going to have other older folks and more mature folks there, but it was a lot of young people, right? And I suppose when I looked at it, I was like, all these parents give these children permission to go out, because I am there, every time we look at these situations, I'm there reflecting on how it was when I was growing up, right? That I'm there thinking, boy, I know my mother would never allow me to go to this type of event or this type of activity, but it was a lot of young people, right? And I'm speaking on two hands with regards to this, because there it is. I'm saying how it is all these young people get permission to go on out. But then what I do realize is that they're the ones who are continuing with this particular activity. They're continuing or helping for the activity to continue from strength to strength, year to year. And it's building, right? So I know why it is that I'm speaking on both sides of my mouth this morning, but that is just the reality of the situation, right? Another thing too is that I looked at the Sokomanak yesterday. Yeah, I looked at it because I couldn't stay up Saturday night to look at it. So I did look at it. But there is one thing of concern to me with Sokomanak competitions. I almost feel as though should lyrics even be included as a judging criteria, right? Because one of the things that I've noted, not just with the rural Sokomanak competitions, but also with the major competitions, like I would never forget, that song for Just Bus Carnival is in the air, da 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 da. So I remembered when they performed that for Sokomanak night, and so they have to perform for a certain amount of time, or they allocated a certain amount of time. But there wasn't much that they could sing with the time that they had, right? Because there isn't really much to the song. Now, before anybody hit me up and make it sound like I hate it, I'm not hating on the song. I absolutely love the song. But there are songs that get played on the road or get played on the radio that do not translate very well on a stage, right? And it's the same with another song that I noticed this year. Jiwa Crackers, Shiwa Backers. Dianna made a face at me, so that's why I laughed, right? But that is another one of those songs that, it's a popular song amongst people, right? People play this song a lot, but it doesn't translate very well on a stage because the lyrical content isn't there enough, right? So it's one of these things when I look at these songs being performed and I'm there like, yeah, you're going to see the crowd hyping up because it's popular, but they can't perform on a stage. Right?
And you raised some good points that persons have noticed over the years. A lot of these performers definitely need to work on their stage performance, and I don't think that they're taking that a lot seriously. I don't think that many of them are looking to experienced persons or people who've been in the business for a while to get certain critique or advice on how to go forward. And they usually rely on the crowd response, which is part of it as well as things from their friends. And, their friends usually hype them up because I hear a lot of songs. And, people play the songs, people like the songs, but the reality is Carnival season done. Most people don't even want to hear those songs anymore. You just enjoy them in the hype season. And a lot of them, it's just the rhythm. You really have to pick up the producer or the person behind the rhythm, because if you take away the rhythm from a lot of them, the song is nothing.
Yeah, but you see, it also says something about us, and maybe even DJs or radio persons have a part to play in it, because when you hear a lot of these songs are getting shorter, right? If we find a song that lasts 2 minutes on air, it's a long time, right? But the thing of it is that what we also seen is because of DJ music is that a song only gets played for maybe like a minute, and then you switch out to something else. The song could be 4 minutes long, but it only gets played for a minute. So what you tend to find too is that a lot of these songs, they have to get everything in essence between a minute and a half before the DJ then, because if you're going to put it in DJ mix, you're going to switch it out quickly. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe part of that has to do with the whole DJ culture in terms of how music is mixed, in terms of maybe even for us as radio personality or announcers. Well, we don't call ourselves DJs. We are announcers. We just play music as well, right? But is it a case where we too are part of this, in that the substance, the lyrical content that we need for music isn't, even if they do it, even if the artists produce the songs, the point is that they're not going to be played sufficiently enough because it's a lot of mixing that goes on. So that is also another thing that we have to look at, where does it stop and who does it start with, So, yeah.
That's true. I think, though, they still need to just give this song some substance, because you still have to think about the persons who will actually play the song. I mean, we encountered when them DJs start to do the juggling. I think people, you sort of understand that part when they start to do their juggling, and it's just really for the hype or for the vibe of the moment or whatever the juggling is for. But there are other times when your song is played for at least a minute, and there is a lot that you can get in at least the first minute and couple of seconds.
But sometimes that is it. It's a verse and a chorus, and sometimes the verse and chorus start again for the rest of the song. So like the carnival is in the air. It's really truly is not a lot to it, but it's a really jumpy song that many of us actually like. But to go on a stage to perform for, I don't know how long is a soca man performance, like maybe 10 minutes, but to go on a stage, how long can you actually push?
And you see, for things like that, now that's where they need to include the other elements of performance. A lot of them just believe you just have to go on stage, you just have to jump up, get a few girls to wind up, and that's it. But there is so much, if you really sit down, if you're intending to win, but then again, anyways, but you could sit down and think about all the other aspects of performance. You could include, I don't know, some sort of intro, include a dramatic piece, have certain types of dances, know how to use up the stage and interact with the audience and all these things. But a lot of them don't know any of this, and I don't think they see the need for this, even in the big soca monarch competition. Include the theatrical elements.
But that is one of the things that I've always loved about our soca monarch, in that it's a performance that we see. But remember too that many of us, when we do go to these events, we don't want to see all this acting and all this drama. Yes, you can use it as an intro to the performance, but that's not what we came for. We didn't.
But it's supposed to be long, anyways.
but this is it. So it's not supposed to be long. But then if you don't have a song that could carry it out for, let's say, the next 8 minutes, let's say the performance is 10 minutes. If you don't have a song that could carry it out for the next 8 minutes, then you see what the problem is, So I don't know where it starts, where it stops, but
when the people are having workshops on songwriting, they need to attend. Some of them, most of these people, you don't see them in any workshop, any training, nothing. They rely on their friends for critique, and that cannot always work. I listen to my friends' critique of my performance, but I don't take them hook, line, and sinker, as we say. I listen to actual theater people to hear what went wrong, because my friends will always say, girl, the performance was good, everything was good, I need actual critique.
All right, so we see somebody calling. We had to head on out because it's almost 7:35. So in the next segment, we could continue this discussion. Okay, so the person who's calling, we could pick it up more than one person calling. In the next segment, folks. All right.
99.9, the heart and soul of St.